What's up, everybody? Jay Leone, finally back again. Um, I'm back, and I think I'm back for good this time. I'm finally situated, finally got a stable place to live, that is. Got my own room for my vaping stuff. This is my vape stuff's all over there on that bookshelf. Yeah, so this is it. This is the new location you'll be seeing me in for quite a while. I know it's a little dark in here still. I need to get some lighting fixed and all that stuff. I'm going to have an update video coming up shortly to explain what's been going on, because I'm sure some people are curious. I'm still moving in, a lot of stuff going on still, but I have some time to shoot some videos. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to bore you with anything else for now. Just get used to it. This is the new vape room for now. We're going to review today is from Aspire and MilSpec. It's the mini kit. It's this little device here with a little Aspire Nautilus Nano tank. It's been quite surprisingly good. We're going to talk about it, showing you up close what you all get and everything. I think this is a great little mod starter kit for somebody trying to switch over, or somebody like me that does mouth-along vaping a lot and wants a little portable setup. No crazy vapor on this one, but satisfying enough for me. So let me give you some quick specs, how much it cost, where I got it from, and all that stuff. This came from VaporDNA.com. It goes for $49.99, which isn't too bad, and it's a whole kit. And they have them in a crap load of colors: red, blue, olive green, different color tanks in stainless and black. Quick specs on it: the mod itself does 1 to 40 watts. It has temperature control for titanium, stainless, and nickel. Ultra compact design. It's 62 millimeters by 33 millimeters by 22 millimeters. It's got a micro USB charging port. It's got the magnetic back door. It uses 18 350 batteries. One is included. Spring loaded 510 pin, and the battery is a 1300 milliamp hour battery. It's got all your protections: your low power, shorts, low ohms, no atomizer, weak battery, all that stuff's in there. The tank itself is a 19 millimeter tank, top fill, 2 mil capacity. Nautilus coil structure, vertical coil, comes with a 0.7 ohm and a 1.6 ohm coil. The 0.7s can go all the way up to 23 watts, and the 1.6s are recommended to be used between 3.3 and 4.2 volts, usually anywhere between 10 to 15 watts in my opinion. And that's the quick specs on this. Doesn't say really what it's made of here as far as materials being used, so we're gonna skip over that. And yeah, that's it. Let's go down to the table. We'll take a quick look at it and everything that comes with it, and we'll come back up and talk some more about it. Alright, everybody, so here we are up close and personal with the Aspire and MilSpec mini kit, tank and mod. This is a little packaging it comes in here. Says MilSpec on the side. It's got some contents in here on the back. And, here are some contents of what comes in the package. Inside the box, you will find obviously the mod with the tank, a user manual, one battery, which is right here usually. It does come with this battery case, which is nice, a charge cable, a spare coil, and a spare glass. Like I said, these batteries right here are not included. They're just mine. You just get the one battery. Well, that's all that's in the package, but really we need to focus here on the mod and the tank and everything that actually comes with it. Alright, so let's take a look at the mod itself. Here we go. I did choose the olive green color here. There's a bunch of different colors that you could choose from with the black tank. They also have the stainless tank. Let's just start tearing this thing apart a little bit. It's got magnets here on the door. They're going to hold together everything. Those magnets there. And it does come with this little dinky 18350 battery. If you guys remember these, we had a lot of mods that were using these back in the day, and some mechs were actually using these little dinky batteries. It's a 1300 milliamp hour battery, which doesn't even feel like it's that much. 15 amp discharge. Yeah, just a simple Aspire branded battery there. That does come with it, so that's nice. It does have a spring loaded bottom connection here. Negative goes up, positive goes down. Battery fits in no problem. And then your door, if you put it on the right way, and then your door snaps right in there. It's not much play, a little bit of play if you really force it. It's got this rubberized texture on here, which I really like. It makes gripping really easily. Vent holes right here. The face of the device. You have a charge port here on the bottom. Fire button and your up and down adjustment buttons. Up top, if we take off the tank. You have a spring-loaded 510 connection. And you have this, like, I don't know, this little cutout here. And turn it on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of course, it's upside down. And there's your display, nice and simple. Your battery bar here. The wattage you have it set to tells you you're in variable wattage mode. And you have your resistance displayed here on the bottom, really small. If you hold the up and the down buttons together, it'll say hold to set mode. From there, you could adjust from wattage, NI 200, TITC, stainless steel 316, and then regular wattage. So you do have temp control also on here if you do want to do that. It's just simple temp control functions. I'm not going to go really into that because I haven't really used it in that mode at all, to be honest with you. So we select our wattage, and then you can go all the way up to 40 watts if you choose. Scrolls rather quickly. And all the way down to 1 watt. That's really the mod. 5 clicks on, 5 clicks off. Pretty simple, self-explanatory stuff. So we'll set that aside. The tank here, basically what this is a Nautilus Nano. I don't know if that's what they're calling it, but that's what I'm calling it. It's a really dinky version of the Nautilus. It uses Nautilus coils. It does come with this 0.6 ohm coil, which is still a mouth-to-lung coil in my opinion. It's still a tight draw. I have the airflow, I don't know if you can see that, about halfway, a little less than halfway open for the perfect draw for me. This is, in my opinion, a mouth-to-lung tank. I mean, if you open it up all the way, you get a restrictive lung kit. I guess if that's what you want, sure, but I would say it's more of a mouth-to-lung tank. Drip tip on that there. Mine's a little dirty and gunky, but nonetheless, it does say Aspire on there, 510 threads. It's got some branding here at the bottom. I said adjustable airflow. It's very, very good resistance on here. It's smooth, but not too loose. You know, it does glide a little bit, so it is nice. Filling this one, it is a top fill. What I recommend is taking your airflow and just closing it completely off. And then actually, this whole section is one piece. So you just unscrew that top section there. And you just fill your juice down the side. That's it. And that's your top cap. Then when you're done, pop your top cap in and screw that in. Simple. Very simple. The base does come off if you want to replace the coil. The coils, I'm telling you, they are Nautilus BVC coils. This is a 0.6 version of that coil, but it also does come with the, I believe, the 1. It also does come with the 1.6. You could even use the 1.8 ohm coils, or you could use the Triton Mini coils, which are 1.2 in this. So there's quite a plethora of coils you could use for this. Just depends on what resistance you want. We'll talk a little bit more about the performance of this as we go up top, which we'll do right about now. Alright, so there you go. You saw a close up and personal on the Aspire and MilSpec mini kit. It's a small device. I mean, I have small hands, and I mean, it pretty much closes into my whole hand here. Very small, very portable. Let's get into some pros and some cons, because there are some cons with this one. There are some pros too. Cons. It shuts off on its own. I think every 5 to 10 minutes. I haven't timed it exactly, but from the time I stepped away to change my shirt, by the way, I changed my shirt, it shut off, and that took like 5 minutes, not even, and it was off. So a couple minutes of inactivity, it just turns off, and you gotta 5-click it back on, and it's annoying. So when I'm using it, I know if it's not firing, it's because it turned off. So it's a huge con to me. It's something that they need to fix or put into an upgrade. I don't know if this thing even takes upgrades, but it is a con. The other con with this thing is going to be every once in a while I get a check atomizer when I'm firing it. So I'll fire it, I won't feel it vaping. I'm like, what's going on? And it says check atomizer. Fire it again, and it fires just fine. It's almost like it's misfiring. Don't know why it's doing that either. Another con that kind of goes into with it turning off on me. But those are really the only two cons I have with this. Well, actually, I lied. There's a third con. The third con is battery life. If you're buying some of this size, though, you kind of got to expect that the battery life is going to be subpar. I find that within 4 to 5 hours of just using this alone, it is dead, completely dead. You could charge it via the micro USB, or you can pop in another 18350 battery, which I have tons of, so it's not a problem. Just keep the little case on me, pop a new battery, and when it's dead, and I'm good to go. But it is a con because it does die pretty quickly, and I'm only using it at 15 watts, so I'm not even running it. I can only imagine if you ran it at 40 watts what you would get out of it. But pros, it vapes really nice. That Nautilus Mini Nano, I think that's what they're calling it. The performance is great. It's like a Nautilus. It's exactly what you would expect. The flavor's really good. It's probably because of the reduced chamber on there. The flavor's even better. So the flavor's spectacular. The airflow is really good from mouth to lung. Overall form factor is nice. The rubberized finish on here is really nice. It just holds in the hand nicely. Small. I like small devices. And I didn't mention this in the close-up, but it does have one of those. It's not even a drip tip. It's like a sleeve that slides over this, kind of like the Cleto does. If you've used the Cleto, you know what I'm talking about. Aspire decided to use that, so you can't. I don't think you could put a 510, but I could be wrong. Either way, it would look wonky because you have this O-ring that sits on here. So that's something to be mentioned also. The flavor's really good, like I said. Performance is good, comfortability is good, all that stuff is good. I really do like this device. The question is, can you outweigh those cons? And maybe mine's just a faulty unit and I have a couple issues with it. See some other reviews, see what other people have to say about it. But for me, I enjoy it, and I still use it even with those cons because I still love the way it vapes. And for your lung hitters out there, let's open up the airflow all the way. I'm going to give it a lung hit and see how it works. You could get a long hit. I have to carb it a little bit so I let some air through the side of my mouth. You could. But like I said, I'm using the 0.6 ohm coil. It reads 0.7. It's fantastic. I've used this coil for 2 weeks. Still going good. It might be at that point where I have to change it. But another pro is you could use all the coils you're already used to. If you're using a Nautilus Mini or a Triton Mini V2, you could use those coils. The 1.2 BVC coils, the 1.6 BVC coils, or the 1.8 BVC coils all work in here. So it's already, if you're used to one of those, this is not much of a change. It's just smaller, more compact form factor. And for the price, for $49.99, it's hard to beat. I mean, you're getting the mod and the tank and the mod and a battery, and spare coils and a spare glass and a charger. It's quite a good deal actually for the price. So I do recommend it, but I'm hesitantly recommending it just because of those few cons I said. But yeah, that's it for the Aspire and MilSpec mini kit from Vapor DNA. I have links in the description as always. I'll put a subscription link down here in the corner if you'd like to subscribe for more reviews and news from me, obviously. Until next time, everybody, live well and vape on.